Alright, the Tekken Twitter account, the X, whatever, has released the balance overview for changes that are coming in Season 2. And thanks to a lot of people complaining, they've decided to go back on their decision to have throw breaks do chip damage. Nice. However, that change isn't in this patch. It's going to happen after the patch. So there is a chance that for the entire month of April, and possibly a bit into May, we are going to have chip damage on throw breaks. Now, I still have Twitter open here because I want to show you guys an absolute moron in the replies here. Here it is. Stop asking for them to revert the key charge. You ungrateful fucks are lucky they reverted the throw chip. It wasn't even that bad for real. That's what you think. When I think of how it could be used, I think they would chip but not kill. That's how chip damage works, you moron! But chip brings us to death. It's literally just 5 grey health. Well, let me give you an example here. Let's say I give you a multiple choice question, which is what grabs are in Tekken, because it's a 1 break, a 2 break, or a 1+2 break, right? So I give you a multiple choice question. You answer correctly, and then I hit you in the face with the edge of a ruler. That's what this... Not even like winding that shit up, but I just hit you in the face with the edge of the ruler every time you get the answer correct. That's the 5 grey health there now, isn't it? You don't even know where I'm hitting you. I could hit you in the nose, I could hit you in the lip, I could hit you in your eye. It's just 5 grey health, isn't it? But you do realize the concept itself is wrong. You are getting punished for answering correctly in that situation. That is why you are a moron. It's people like this that would accept the dumbest shit that Tekken devs make to the game. It is people like me that complain about this dumb shit that actually get some good changes. Because if it wasn't for people like us that complain, we would still have Kazuya with a homing hell sweep and an electric that tracks to both sides. Go and look up Tekken 7 patch 3.30. That is what they did to Kazuya. He had a homing hell sweep and an electric that tracked to both sides. Does that sound fun? Does that sound like Kazuya having no weakness when you sidestep left? Ahead of the patch notes release on April 1st or March 31st, depending on where you are, we've published... Why do they do this, by the way? Why do they give us updates on like a Monday or a Tuesday? Why not like on a Friday so we have the entire weekend to sit with this stuff? Okay. We've published an overview of the battle balance adjustments. The update also touches on future adjustment plans, including changes to the throw break system. You see, that part is important. Future adjustment plans. As soon as version 2.0 drops, we have throw breaks with chip damage. It's not going to be changed immediately. But now onto the actual notes of this. In Season 1, offensive options utilizing the heat system had become somewhat formulaic, making it difficult for players to express their individual playstyles. Additionally, the advantages for the attacking player during heat state were often too great, leading to one-sided match developments, an issue we've acknowledged. With that in mind, Season 2 introduces a wide range of updates to the battle system and significant adjustments and new moves for each character based on the following 3 guiding principles. Number 1, expanding strategic options with the heat system. I swear, they are either completely ignorant to what they say, or they're just making fun of themselves at us at the same time. Activating heat provides a major advantage, creating opportunities to pressure opponents with mid-low mix-ups. However, characters lacking strong standing low attacks have been unable to fully capitalize on this advantage. To address this, we've made it possible to transition into a crouching state after a successful heat engager by inputting down back down or down forward, giving players more options to apply pressure. Additionally, the advantages for the attacking player during heat state were often too great, and now we have full crouch mix-up from heat engager. This doesn't alleviate the problem that we've recognized here. We've added to it. Additionally, certain characters can now perform heat smash or heat burst from unique stances. I think that's fine, honestly. Like you could do Lee's heat smash from Hitman, it looked weird, but it's possible. Enhancing combo variety and mind games during neutral. What neutral? You're giving so many characters and skip neutral buttons. For characters who previously had limited tactical options during heat, we've introduced new heat exclusive moves to make their heat state more appealing and dynamic. That's kind of scary. because what's the new heat? Are they counting the heat smash that they've changed? Like Reyna's low heat smash, Zafina's low heat smash, June's, they are now just heat moves. Are they counting that as heat exclusive moves, or have they added new moves? Which would just complicate things even more. Rebalancing offense and defense within the heat system. To address the overly one-sided match dynamics, we've reduced chip damage across the board during the heat state. That's good. Where its impact was most pronounced, and then we see Anna just doing that outside of heat as soon as she has the debuff on you. Additionally, in endgame scenarios, it had become common to secure KOs by landing chip damage via heat dash followed by a quick finishing move. Yes. Limiting creative decision making. Yeah. To improve this, we've lowered the additional chip damage when heat dash is blocked. There's also stuff that they don't tell you, by the way. I think it's in Rage, you take less chip from that in the first place. I think you deal... No, yeah, I think you take less chip damage when you're in Rage. Kind of awkward that they never told us about that. I don't remember seeing it anywhere, but that's one of the things that's actually in-game. We've also made adjustments to how recoverable health works. Now even damage taken while grounded will leave recoverable gauge. That's good, actually. This not only softens the offensive pressure of heat, but also makes its defensive merits more tangible. Huh? Giving defending players more opportunities to recover and fight back. How is this defensive? I don't see this as being defensive. What if you don't have heat at that point? Moreover, Heat Dash has long had numerous benefits, particularly when used from heat engages with Power Crush properties. However, this created a gap in power between characters and often led to unbalanced mind games. Yeah, removing that is fine. I still feel kind of bad that Lee isn't going to have it anymore because Lee's Power Crush kind of sucks anyways, but it's a good change if they just take it away from everyone. To address this, we've removed the Power Crush property from most heat engages or replaced them with other moves. Yeah, that's... Except in a few cases where it's part of a character's identity. Exceptions include characters like Jack 8, which is... It's fine, I guess, it's Jack. But Kuma and Panda... Why? Leo kind of flies under the radar. Leo is really good already, but... I guess, sure. Whose unique stances retain Power Crush properties on their heat engages. Wait, does Feng have... Power Crush from stance that's a heat engage? I'm trying to remember. I know he has one. Is it from the stance? Oh god. Anyway, moving on. Improvements in controls to bolster defensive techniques and provide more enjoyable play. Historically in Tekken it was not possible to sidestep toward the foreground while in a crouching state. Yes, this is something that never made sense, but it has always been in Tekken. This created situations where, for example, a string that could be avoided from the one player side or left side becomes unavoidable from player 2, the right side, which is true. Kazuya's forward 4, for example. If you're playing Kazuya on player 2 side and you hit someone with forward 4 on block, they can still sidestep away from you into the background. But if it's the opposite way around, if Kazuya's on player 1 and does that to you, you can't sidestep. If you try to sidestep, you go into a crouch. In Season 2, this issue has been resolved. Players can now sidestep towards the screen even while crouching. That is a good change, ensuring that movement options are consistent regardless of side. Additional quality of life improvements include input buffering at the start of rounds. Thank God. Round start is so fucking bullshit in Tekken 8. Oh my god. Playing Lee, you'll do 2-2-3 or something and lose to a down forward 2. You'll do 4-3-4 and somehow your opponent's 15 frame move was faster than your 11 frame move. Or you'll do down 4, which is a 12 frame. And your opponent's 14 and 15 frame moves will come out faster, thanks to Tekken round start shenanigans. Input buffering for sidesteps. This one people may have a problem with, actually. Even during recovery or stun states, so players can buffer movement and execute it seamlessly once able to react. Now, technically, if you go into practice mode right now and you set like the training dummy to do like a sidestep or a sidewalk after like a heavy plus attack or something, they are doing it on the first available frame. For us as players, that's pretty hard to do. It's very specific timing because there's different types of blocks done in Tekken. So this change kind of good, but also I would see why people would have a problem with this because it removes an aspect of skill. These changes aim to improve the overall responsiveness and fluidity of control, helping players of all levels enjoy the game more comfortably. Yes, it does help everyone of every level, which is why, again, I think some people would have a problem with this because it was like a skill check. Do you know the right timing to sidestep from this? Now it's just going to be something we can buffer. Again, I kind of like it, but I also understand why people would have a problem. Regarding future adjustments, additionally, in order to address issues pertaining to the large frame advantage on heat activation and the excessive strength of heat dash, the development team is currently in the final stages of making adjustments geared towards re-evaluating aspects that impact the strength of offense, and also focus on improvements on defense. We don't know what that means. It could be less plus frames for the heat engager, it could be less plus frames for the heat dash, we don't know. But again, these are sometime between the moment this patch drops and May 9th. Throw mechanic adjustment based on community feedback. Basically, a lot of people's complaints. Changes to throw mechanics. In Season 2, to address the difficulty of countering throws, the following adjustments have been implemented. Loosening the input window for throw breaks using 1+2. Adjustment intent. This change aims to reduce instances where players fail to break throws despite successfully predicting them. Now, this happens quite a bit online, but I don't recall this happening as much in Tekken 7. I think Tekken 7 did have a better buffer when it comes to 1+2 breaks. Like if you accidentally hit one first, but you were trying to do 1+2, like if it was like a frame or two off, it would still give you the throw break because it's understanding that, hey, you were trying to press both buttons at the same time. That doesn't happen as much in Tekken 8. In Tekken 8, if you accidentally hit the one button first or the two button first while you're trying to do a 1+2, you would fail to break the throw. Increased recovery of whiffed normal throws. So command throws remain the same, I assume. Adjustment intent. By increasing the recovery on whiff by 6 frames, players will have an easier time punishing opponents who miss their throws, especially when using crouches or backdashes to evade. It's fine, I guess. However, considering that throws are often ineffective against opponents who can react and break them upon seeing the animation, additional benefits are being provided to the players attempting the throw. That is the problem. It's ineffective because people, I would say, train ridiculously to be able to react and break. When a throw break is successfully performed, the thrower will recover 1 point of recoverable health. When a throw break is successfully performed, the player that was grabbed will receive 5 points of recoverable health damage. That is problematic. Why are you being punished for doing the right thing? That's the problem a lot of people have with this. Revised adjustment after community feedback. After the initial announcement, the development team received feedback from players and reconsidered one of the proposed adjustments. So I assume this will still remain. The thrower will still probably recover 1 point of health, possibly. Or maybe they'll take 1 point of damage, like recoverable damage, who knows. It was concluded that imposing a disadvantage on the defender for executing a successful throw break would be excessive, as throw breaking is a high skill mechanic, exactly. So this portion, where is it? Considering throws that are ineffective against opponents who can react and break them upon seeing the animation. That's the thing. It's a high skill mechanic that reflects a player's practice and proficiency. Exactly. So why were we being punished for it? It's dumb. As such, the following spec will be scrapped in an upcoming patch. Again, we're not going to have this in version 2. When a throw break is successfully performed, player that was grabbed will receive 5 points of recoverable health damage. That is being changed. While these changes will be applied as soon as possible, there might be a slight delay following the release of version 2. So again, it's not coming immediately, it's going to happen sometime between the moment this patch drops and May 9th. So again, we could possibly have this for an entire month. Which is stupid, but it's probably going to be there for at least maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. Depending on how much people complain. Like the Kazuya changes, that was there for like I think 3 days or something. There was also something with Lars. We had a fucking 12 frame launch in Tekken 7. What was it? what was a wall bounce or some shit? I can't remember. But yeah, Lars had something like that, and I think it took them like 3 weeks to fix it because people were complaining. So there's a chance we could have this for a month. But this just shows that a lot of the time the Tekken devs and the balancing team just seem to make changes that are pretty moronic, and then you have morons like this that would agree with those changes. So the Tekken team really needs a dedicated community manager at this point. Not Harada and Mario on Twitter, but someone whose actual job is being the community manager. To listen to our feedback on stuff, take it back to the team, give us some feedback from the team. So we don't end up with scenarios of us having to complain like this and give them a ton of backlash just for them to go and revert a dumb change that they've made. We've seen it happen before. Again, patch 3.30 in Tekken 7. It's happening again now with this throw break thing. I just know it's gonna happen again at some point with some other dumb change as well, but at the end of the day, we do need to complain about dumb changes like this so that we don't end up with stuff like that in the game. This is still going to be in the game, like I said, for possibly a month, but they need to get rid of it after that as soon as possible. It's so dumb.